When many people run from a disaster, first responders run to it. That's what happened after Hurricane Katrina hit the Gulf Coast 20 years ago. But weeks after the storm, Las Vegas opened its doors to hundreds of first responders looking for a sense of normalcy, a warm meal, and a place to lay their head. Reporter Shakira Hawkins spoke with 2 New Orleans paramedics about what they saw on the ground in Louisiana and how our community helped them in their time of need.
We had prepared for hurricanes before, but not, this one was a little bit scary.
The storm has passed, but 20 years later, the memories remain.
I actually have the radio award here in Katrina with me right here today at this old relic right here.
Paramedics Christopher Keller and Keely Williams Johnson were on the front lines in New Orleans. While they prepare for the pending storm, they remember feeling this one could be different.
I had some elderly neighbors, and they were sitting out on their porches. They hadn't evacuated. And I remember thinking to myself that this may be the last time that I ever see them. Because in the back of my head, I knew that it was really serious.
With only 5 days worth of clothes and food, New Orleans first responders hunkered down to weather the storm. High winds damaged many structures, while levee failures led to catastrophic flooding.
So it was very difficult being in a position of someone who is to provide help, for our community, into a position where, we couldn't get around, everything was flooded.
We had nowhere to bring people. We couldn't communicate with anybody. We couldn't bring them into the building where we were because we didn't have enough supplies for people. We had barely enough supplies for ourselves.
And as days passed, other agencies stepped in to provide support.
U.S. Army, yell if you need some help.
They came in from all across the country, and they not only came in to help us run calls and try and take care of the city, they also took care of us.
With morale low and first responders working round the clock for nearly 3 weeks, then New Orleans Mayor Ray Nagin called on mayors from cities across the country to provide some relief to his city's exhausted emergency workers. Former Las Vegas Mayor Oscar Goodman said our valley answered that call, providing a week-long all-expense-paid trip to first responders.
Because when one place is in trouble, all places are in trouble, and Vegas has a big heart. We're a very empathetic group of people. If somebody has a problem, we don't ignore them. We don't shoo them away. We welcome them in order to try to solve their problem and put their minds to ease.
Christopher and Keely say they were thankful to be able to come to Las Vegas, giving them a chance to process what they've been through, de-stress, and get ready to continue helping people when they return home.
We were treated like royalty, like the Red Cross gave us vouchers to get clothing, because we had nothing. We had basically the clothes on our backs. I lost everything in the storm.
The basic essentials of air conditioning, hot water and hot showers, hot food, things like that were a nice, comfortable bed to sleep in. All those things that we got when we got to Vegas were just refreshing. It allowed us to kind of reset our focus.
Former Clark County Fire Chief John Steinbeck was the captain at the time. He says first responders have a special relationship and stepped in to help each other as well as the community.
They come out here, we're going to show them a good time here in Las Vegas, give them what they need, as far as rest, as far as assurance, right, and camaraderie, and just give them a break from what they just went through.
When Christopher and Keely returned to New Orleans, a lot of the water was gone, and for the first time saw the full scope of the damage.
It was almost like you were in a movie, like it wasn't real, It was like being in like a Mad Max scene or something out in the desert, and, where everything's just dusty and dirty.
20 years later, the pair still works for New Orleans Emergency Medical Services, helping people in the city they love. Looking back, they say they're happy to share their stories and have a message for the people of Las Vegas.
We were very fortunate and we were very thankful and grateful for the community in Las Vegas for opening up their arms to, because we were evacuees then, right? Because almost everybody that we worked with lost all of their, possessions because their homes were flooded.
People have never heard our stories. no one's ever asked us our story. So it's nice to be able to tell people and kind of get it off your chest.
Reporting in Las Vegas, I'm Shakira Hawkins.